This is Ken Anderson. This would be much easier with a screenshot, but since you won't look at them, let's do this in a movie. So open up Grammarly. Should be. All right. Make it a little bit smaller here so I can get to my screen. Okay, now it takes me to my app. I try to import something new. Let's look at one that I've prepared here on my desktop. It's checking. I think you'll see what the problem is once it finishes. You can see it started already. Possibly miswritten words. Those are the last letter of one word and the first letter of the next word. It's not recognizing spaces between words. Look at this one. Possibly miswritten word, EE. It's the E from the end of the and the E from the beginning of Eastern. That's not a miswritten word, that's a space. In the English language, we put spaces between words. That's useless when it's flagging this stuff. Same thing. Is and the. Clearly there's a space there, but Grammarly doesn't recognize it. Wordiness. It doesn't look particularly wordy to me. Wordiness. That may possibly be wordy. I know that one is, but I put it there. But that's not the big problem. The big problem are these possibly miswritten words. That's more than 90% of what it flags. It doesn't want me to put spaces between words. That just doesn't make sense. Now, when I have it do the plagiarism check, we'll find a problem once it finishes that. And I haven't even looked at this particular document yet, but it's done it in every one that I've tried. So I expect I'm going to find it again. First of all, your possibly miswritten word checks are just ridiculous. Every time I put a space between words, it flags it as a miswritten word. Okay, let's look at unoriginal text. 10 words. It doesn't tell me which 10 words. Which 10 words are unoriginal? And it's going to bring me to something that has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's a Hemisphere Movement Band Camp, which will have absolutely nothing to do with that. None of the text in order is in that page, which makes no sense whatsoever. I found so far the ones I've looked at on your unoriginal text, none of it's in the least bit helpful. This is from a parts catalog. This is an article about the continent of India, and you're telling me I plagiarized it from somebody's auto parts repair catalog? That doesn't make any sense, and I can't see where you're getting it because you don't tell me which words are unoriginal. That doesn't help. Unoriginal text, 10 words. You don't tell me which words are unoriginal. It's bringing me to, I've seen this one before. It's going to bring me to a document where there are no spaces between words. And if there's no spaces between words, I can't even read it, much less plagiarize from it. So far, Grammarly is 100% useless to me. I've seen nothing in this that's in the least bit useful. Now, if I look at the one that came with it, this is a text file that came with it. I look at that, and when it goes through it, when I looked at it last time anyhow, it shows useful stuff. This is useful stuff. It's giving me suggestions. Click to add a hyphen. It's talking about a hyphen, unusual word pairs, incorrect adverb placements, all kinds of good stuff. I haven't been able to import one single document yet that made any sense at all. I mean, you look at these. Let's try this other one. This is the first one that I tried. Okay, now I have no paragraphs in this one because I wanted to see what it would do with that. But you can see what it's got. Possibly miswritten word. Every time I put a space between words, Grammarly flags it as a miswritten word. That doesn't make any sense. And wordiness. Um, well, yeah, some of that makes sense. Uh, but that, and then you're gonna do the plagiarism check again. It's gonna bring me to documents that have absolutely nothing to do with the text of this. It's, like saying that I plagiarized an article on the continent of India from an auto parts catalog. What? So anyhow, this is it. You could have seen this much more clearly if you'd looked at my screenshots. But since you don't want to do that, I've done it here. So far, if I'm doing something wrong, please tell me what it is. It checks the one that came with it. It does just fine. Bike whenever you like. That's the one that came with it. Helpful suggestion. Be very good. If I could get it to do that for any single document that I put in here, there might be some use for it. But if it's not going to recognize spaces between words, I don't know what I'm going to do. That's it.